Hello again, world. I am Cat Bine, and I am your host, and this is my show, Cat Calls, that I do every Thursday here on twitch.tv/CatBine, B-E-I-N. Oh my god, the intro is amazing! Pauline Herr said it herself. What a hoser, what a fan, what a guy. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are watching this after the fact on YouTube, because I post all of my videos on YouTube after the fact, you gotta come to the show, okay? Stales McGales is here, fucking Sid is here, alright? Retrograde is here. What is your fucking excuse? But we are not just here to berate you. And if you're here live, many applause for you. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give you some applause right now. Yeah, that's for you. And also, I need you to one more time give a round of applause to our guest today, Hex Cougar, Pauline Herr, her hair, hot and Sosas. Yes, everybody give it up. Okay, this is exciting because this is, you know, I have interviewed Wave Dash before and they were all three in the same room, but this is going to be my first time interviewing three artists who aren't in the same room. So it's going to look a little bit different, but it's going to be just the same kind of fun, funky, casual vibes. All of our artists today, why are they coming together? Well, let's just fucking put it out there. They came out with this amazing 4-track EP called Genesis that if you haven't listened to it, you need to listen to it right now, okay? It's out on Alter Ego, and it is like from beginning to end, this beautiful, epic, cinematic, like people use the word epic a lot, but the epic is all you can really use to describe it. And it's like, it lives kind of in the future bass and bass world, but it's really so much more than that. It's like, thank you, Francis, new hair. It's so much more than that. It's really like, it's very narrative, and they all worked on it together over quarantine. I believe they started it in January, and it's so crazy. They weren't even in the same room, and they worked on it, but it melds so well, and they all are these really brilliant artists in their own right. They have very unique voices, and I'm very excited to hear how they brought it all together. I have kept Hex Cougar waiting probably enough, so we're just gonna get right to it, and I'm gonna play for you the song East Bridge from the Genesis EP, which they are all very fond of. I am as well. And when we come back, we will have all three incredible artists. Oh, I just need to also like say though, before we go any further, that there's a fourth artist in the EP, Sejo, if I'm saying that correctly, and he's not able to make it today, but we are sending much love to him. Send love to Sejo in the chat because we love Sejo, and we have to represent for all of the incredible artists who made Genesis happen, okay? All of the incredible artists. Okay. Cackles with Cougar, perfect, yay! I know it's gonna be fun, okay. Let's play East Bridge. Meet me at the East Bridge, and we'll take it from there, okay? Alright, everybody, I have to do some moving around. Look at this. This is how the sausage is made, ladies and gentlemen. But it's okay. Oh, and I didn't mute myself. Anyway, round of applause. Everybody made it. Yay! How are you all doing? I'm so sorry. Oh no, did Hex Cougar mute? Or did we lose him? It's okay, he told me this might happen. We're prepared for it. It's all gonna be good. No. And at least we know he's hydrating. But
that's a big sip of water, goddamn.
I know, right? He's like, watch how long I can hold my breath. No, it's cool. You didn't know he was multi-talented, did ya? All right, so Nightshade is saying hello. Fucking Sid is in here for the long sip. And I thank you all so much for joining me and being part of the show and rocking with me while I have this really wonky setup, but I hope everyone can hear each other okay, and that's really all that matters. And how are you doing? Sosas, you were just telling us that you just got your second vaccine shot yesterday and had your first alcoholic beverage in a while, so big day for you.
It's like, yeah, I had my vaccine, and then I didn't have my first alcoholic beverage. It was more of my first like drinking session. We just ended up going to like 4 breweries in a row, and like I regret. She stopped at 2.
Nothing. You regret nothing.
It just kept on saying, let's go to another one, and I'm like, okay.
I mean, hey, if you're gonna break the seal, you might as well go hard. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's been a while. I myself have not yet been to a full-on concert or club experience. I did go to one bar, had a couple of drinks, but I haven't yet gotten myself back in. And I feel like I'm being precious about it. I feel like I'm waiting for like the right one to come along and sweep me off my feet. But what about you, Pauline? Have you yet entered the world of live music again?
I have. I actually went to a D&B show last night, which was amazing.
That's a great thing to go out for.
I don't know if you know who Netsky is.
Of course, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that was like, it blew my mind. I was so stone cold sober, but had a great time. It was so good.
All right, and Hex Cougar has rejoined the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
Sorry about that, y'all. Yeah, my computer just crashes sometimes when I have like Zoom or FaceTime open, but hopefully it's all good now.
It is all good. Wait, Pauline, the D&B show you went to, was it the Brownies and Lemonade D&B show?
Yeah.
Ah, because
So
Wowzer
good.
just dropped some BNL emotes in the chat. Fucking love the BNL crew. They're all incredible, amazing. Hex, we were just talking about, like, have you yet broken your quarantine seal and had a live music experience or club experience since the world started to slowly open up?
I have broken my quarantine. I haven't gone to like a proper show yet, but been out to some bars. I went to Universal with my girlfriend, like maybe last weekend.
Fun.
That was super fun. It was very surreal to see just like thousands and thousands of people without masks.
Right.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, we didn't die, so
Hats off, hats off. No, I actually was a couple weeks ago visiting my dad in Alabama, which is like the land of no masks, which was very interesting to step into.
yeah.
But we had a lovely time, and we lived to tell the tale. Lived to join you all you beautiful people. Thank you so much for being my weird three-way guest situation.
Love it.
So let's get to know each of you a little bit better before we jump into the Genesis narrative. I can't wait to hear about this EP. It's so fucking beautiful from start to finish. You guys really outdid yourselves here, and it's very impressive considering that you four, counting Sejo as well, collaborated on it. That is not a normal activity for producers to do. But Hex, what was it like growing up as a mysterious demonic feline in the urban jungles of Los Angeles? Tell me he froze again!
Oh, goddamn, no.
And I had such a great question lined up. Okay, well, we can wait and we'll get back to Hex. But Sus, first of all, great name. Love your name.
Oh, thanks.
You're in Vancouver, correct? Are you still based in Vancouver?
Yes, Vancouver, British Columbia.
Hey,
Yeah. I feel like that's a little bit more of like East Coast Canada like vibe. West Coast Canada, I don't know. It's not like that like typical like Canadian accent. I guess like Americans typically think of. Is
it more like a West Coast like? Does the West Coast vibes make its way into Canada, or is that simply a California thing?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, even if you think where Vancouver is, it's like 2.5 hours from
Seattle.
From Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like hecka close. It's like the border is like right there. Like,
hecka close.
Hecka. I love that.
I'm learning a new word. Hecka. Is that Vancouver slang?
I thought that was like more. Isn't that like SoCal slang? Isn't it?
I don't know. I know hella comes from the Bay Area.
Oh, hella. That's what I'm thinking of.
Hecka.
I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know. I just say words and they come out of my mouth.
Okay, well, I fuck with Hecka. We're all bringing Hecka. Fucking Sid's behind Hecka. We're all in it. This is the new vibe. But you also have a tie to Zimbabwe. Did you live in Zimbabwe? Are you from Zimbabwe?
Yeah. So I was born in Zimbabwe. So I am I'm Zimbabwean, and I lived there until I was 9. And then I moved to South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Lived there until I was 19. And
wow. Okay. So Vancouver's pretty new in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I've been here like 7 years now.
Fascinating. Okay, so I don't know much of anything about Zimbabwe's local music scene, and I'd love if you could fill me in a little bit. Was music a big part of your life in Zimbabwe as a child?
Yeah.
Are your parents very musical?
Yeah, I think my love of music definitely comes from my parents because it was just like music playing all the time, like constantly. Like music was just like the vibe. Like it was always like barbecues. We're playing some music, and like my parents also had like a super varied music taste. Like you'd be listening, you'd go from Poison to like Frankie Knuckles, to like
Yes.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
It was just a complete melange of things. It was like there are no genre boundaries, and it was just like always listening to everything. So I think I also just like everything pretty much.
Yeah, I have to also give your parents some props because I don't know how many Americans know both Poison and Frankie Knuckles at the same time. Those usually are like two different subgenres of people, but maybe I'm underselling my brethren here. When you moved to South Africa, now South Africa, of course, their house music scene has become super internationally renowned. Is that where you got into DJing and electronic music?
I mean, that's kind of like where my interest in like starting to make music. Like I kind of just had this, I want to make music, and it was because of a lot of like house DJs and stuff in South Africa. And like I used to go to shows. I used to like get all these compilations, and like I was just like super into the scene, but I never like took that step to make music. But then when I finally did, it was like house music that I initially started off with.
Yeah, incredible. So when you moved to Vancouver, is that when you got really serious about your music production work?
Well, basically, my career has been a series of people just asking me to do things and me just saying yes.
I love that attitude.
I don't know. It's just like I'm just like, oh, I'm doing this thing. Someone's like, hey, do you want to do this thing? I say yes, and then we do the thing. It's kind of it's
Nice. I can relate to that.
I have a feeling that that's going to be the story behind Genesis. That's basically going to be the vibe. Hex, are you back on your phone?
I am back in my phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but I'm just going to use my phone now. I think this will be much better.
I'm here for it. I was going to say, I think that that's probably the best way. Do you want to flip your phone sideways and maybe we can get a little bit of a bigger picture? Yeah. There you are. Okay, so I will ask you the question that I asked that sent you into the pits of despair and the ether. I don't know. But what was it like growing up as a mysterious demonic feline in the urban jungles of Los Angeles?
Oh my God. I don't even know when I wrote that bio. Like,
but you wrote it yourself. I love it. Listen, I like it. It's spicy. It's got character.
I think that was like when I first started making music, maybe like 10 years ago. I think that was that was the bio that I wrote like 10 years ago, and I never changed it. But yeah, I like it. It has character, I think.
Are you originally from Los Angeles? Is that true?
Yeah, I was born and raised in Pasadena, and then I went to school at USC, and then
Pauline's gonna go get a banana, but she's gonna be right back. I'm gonna have questions for her.
All right.
USC, okay. So talk to me about how you were first exposed to this electronic music world, and who's to blame? Who brought you to your first party? I know SoCal is like plugged into the scene.
Yeah, I think actually even before I went to USC, in high school there was this really cool venue nearby called the Airliner. And that's where they had the original low-end theory parties. I don't know if you've heard of those.
Definitely, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's where like people like Flying Lotus, Shlomo, Daddy Kev, like Gaslamp Killer. Oh, I mean, probably should not mention his name, but
it's okay. I was thinking it.
That's where a lot of like big like LA natives like got their start like in that scene. So yeah, I went to those parties in high school, and then when I got to USC, I went to my first like rave. USC is like right across the street from the Shrine, which, if you know, it's like a legendary venue. So yeah, I went to my first like hard summer there, like hard Halloween. So yeah, literally like every like week or like every other month there was a big show like right across the street. So like me and my friends, we would all mob out, and yeah, it was amazing.
When did you first dare to try your hand at sound? I mean, you sound, I feel like you're a sound engineer type person. Do you like to get real deep into the noise and all that stuff? Your music is super textural, so I just imagine.
I'm not. I mean, people think I am, but I'm not like as nerdy as like a lot of other people. But I would say I'm semi sound guy. Yeah.
Well, you're doing a great job at making me think that about you. So hats off. Okay, Pauline, you're back. You've had your banana. How's your blood sugar?
It's definitely low, but I'm okay.
Oh, no.
I might be a little like scatterbrained, but
that's
okay.
Totally okay. Don't faint. If at any time you think you might faint, send us a sign. It's okay. You're welcome to get a snack at any time. There's 2 other people here who can fill in for you. But it's kind of exciting to be in the presence of Student of the Year at Icon Collective. Big shoes over here.
Oh, shit. You're going to expose me like that.
When were you bequeathed such a title?
When I graduated, they do like the Student of the Year thing at graduation, and I was pretty nervous. I was like in a group of 3 people that they were going to choose from, so I was like chugging beer in the audience in case I got on stage. And of course, they called me up, and I was like freaking out, but it was nice. Very honored because it was like out of like 400 students, I think, or something.
Wow, that's amazing.
Nice.
Icon Collective has become so famous for putting out so many talented producers and music makers.
Definitely.
But I had no idea that even their classes were like 400 students large. What was it like to go there?
Well, so I was only in a class of like 20 people, but there's like a bunch of different classes throughout the year. So people go at different times and stuff and graduate. Like some people ended earlier, but graduation for everyone was on the same day, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
But it was very like a small community for like my own class, which was really nice. I got to know everyone super well and stuff. And honestly, it's such an amazing school. I learned like pretty much everything I need to know about music production and the music business and stuff. So yeah. Cool. I'm trying so hard to put my thoughts together.
You're doing a fabulous job. Don't you ever say sorry again. I don't barely know what's happening at any moment of my life. So it's totally cool. We're all winging it. Are you from California originally, or where do you come from?
I'm actually from Wisconsin.
Oh, you told me that yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah, we were making jokes about Montana.
Yeah, Montana.
That's cool. Were you like going to raves in Wisconsin? What's the scene like out there?
A few.
Some cornfield raves? I don't really know much about Wisconsin. Some cheese field raves?
I'm from Madison, which is more like the city vibe of Wisconsin, which is nice. So the shows were like at clubs there in like the college town. Those were always fun. But I also went to some music festivals. There's Somerset and Summerfest.
Oh, yeah.
Those were sick. I think Somerset or Summers, I forget if it's Somerset. Yeah. That was the first festival I went to, which was really fun. That kind of like got me into, oh no, I think we lost. Oh, there we go.
Oh no, I was just checking my phone. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
My bad. Yeah.
You're good. So yeah, that was sick. It kind of like got me into EDM and stuff. I really enjoyed like the live sets and the aspect of that. I think my favorite set from that was R.L. Grime. That was like my favorite, and made me want to like do DJing and stuff, all the like crazy lights and hearing core live.
Yes, yeah.
That experience, I was like, fuck, I need to do this.
Right? I know. Shout out Sable Valley. Hex, you've released on Sable Valley.
Not
no?
yet, no, but everyone thinks I've released on Sable Valley, and everyone like kind of refers to me in the same group of people, which is kind of weird, but
okay, well, we're just going to have to will it into existence. Because didn't you perform at, didn't they do a stream that you performed on? That's where I got my signals crossed.
Yeah. I did do a stream with them, and I may or may not have some stuff in the works, but I have to kind of keep it on the DL.
Dude, Shales is down here like they want to be Hex so bad. She's got strong words.
Oh my god.
Hi, Balls. Hi, Indiana BW. Okay, anyways. Pauline, you are a singer-songwriter as much as you are a producer. Was writing songs a part of your life since you were a kid? When did you get into that?
Not really. I mean, when I was younger, in like grade school and like high school, I would like mess around on the piano and write stuff like without anyone knowing about it. It was kind of just like a secret thing I did until I got to college, and I started doing like covers of stuff and posting it on Vine.
Ooh, nice! Back in the Vine days.
And I posted like my first like cover on Instagram, and everyone started freaking out. And so it kind of gave me confidence to start writing my own stuff and started working in Logic and producing and stuff. This was like 6 years ago, or maybe 5 years ago. And then I decided to drop out of college and apply to Icon, and now I am here.
All right. See, Mom and Dad, it was worth it. Drop out of college, kids. Go to Icon Collective.
They actually wanted me to. They were like the ones that were kind of pushing me to, because my brother, he kind of did the same thing and was really successful. He's in the film industry out here.
Wow.
So they were like, do it.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Sus, who was the first person that were like, hey, you should make a song?
I mean, I just did it on my own because it seemed like fun. Like, I used to play a lot of StarCraft.
Oh, nice.
And the thing is, I started like failing classes in university.
I had a friend who basically got kicked out because he couldn't stop playing WoW. So
yeah. So then I was like, I should do something where I'm not like thinking about my rank. I can't quit this game. So music was at least like something I found just as fun, but like I could just be like, oh, I'll just come back and finish it after class. So it just kind of like started like that. And then in university, I started meeting people. Some people taught me how to DJ, which was really cool because I started like making music before I started DJing. And I never wanted to be a DJ. I just liked making music. And then I kind of like fell in love with DJing too.
I have strong feelings about the difference between producers and DJs and how they're not exactly the same skill set nor the same hobby, but everyone's asked to be both these days, and that's okay. Okay, let's get to the meat of the conversation. Let's do it. How did y'all start to meet one another? Was it something that kind of happened in different stages over time? Were there people that introduced you to one another because they thought you should do some crazy shit and make an EP together? How did this start to happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think it happened in stages over time. I've known Paulina for like 2 or 3 years now. I was working on my debut EP at the time, and I was looking for vocalists, and I stumbled across her, and I was like, you know, this girl is fucking dope. I hit her up and I was like, yeah, we should make music together. So we worked on 2 tracks. One was called Haunted and one was Burn, which to date is like one of my favorite tracks I've ever made.
Same.
So yeah, you know, I fucking love that track. But yeah, so we've had like a working relationship in music for like a couple of years now. So Sus and Sejo, actually, before working on the EP, I hadn't heard of them, or I hadn't heard their music. I'd seen their names around, but I hadn't heard their music before. But I was going through my demo like email inbox, and I stumbled across their music, and I was like, "Yo, these guys are fucking dope. I want to do something with them." So yeah, the project kind of just evolved that way.
Okay, amazing. Also noted, Sejo is the correct
Sejo,
pronunciation.
Sejo,
I want to Sejo it right. So thank you for fixing.
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sus, does that mean that you and Sejo have been friends for a while, or did you guys get brought together by this project as well?
Funny enough, I've actually known Sejo for like a while. I've kind of been bad about it, but I used to do a lot of feedback streams, and he used to send me stuff a lot. And like, I always like really liked his stuff. And to be honest, I was actually gonna ask him to work on stuff anyway. So it just like weirdly worked out. Because I was like,
but you guys sent music to Hex independently of one another, and then he was just like, "You two, come here."
Yeah, I think it was just like, I heard their music and I was like, "This is so cool. This sounds like just like kind of like the music I make, you know." And I was like, I could either put this out on my label as like single releases, or I could do something kind of more interesting, unique, and like if I've had the idea to do like a 4-track. Like 4-producer, like multi-collab EP for a while now, but I wasn't really sure how to approach it. You know, like working with like one other producer is so complicated in itself. So like working with 3 people seemed like kind of like a crazy idea. But once I heard the demos, I was like, this would be like a great jumping off point for like this kind of project that I had in mind.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not surprised to hear that you're kind of the mad scientist behind the whole genesis of the idea. Because when I was watching and listening to Under the Light of a Dying Moon, which I believe only came out a year ago in 2020, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
That is a grand narrative undertaking, and I think that's your debut EP, if I'm not wrong. Like,
it is, yeah.
Way to go 0 to 100 real quick and be like, not only am I going to make an EP, but what was the inspiration behind trying to put together like a whole audio-visual experience?
For my debut EP?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, when I think of like all my favorite artists, like, you know, Porter Robinson or Flume, they have such like a strong visual like component to their artwork. It's almost like they create like literally like worlds that, you know, go with their music. So with like the music video I created for my EP, I kind of wanted to create like a world that brought people into my music.
Stales. Oh, you mean Harley? Yeah, we all love the Flume. Hi, this is Flume. Hi, this is my robe audiovisual experience. But you did a fabulous job, and so did the performer in that video. Way to kill it. I saw that she didn't even choreograph it. She was just like interpretive dancing, which is the way I like to do things personally.
Oh yeah, no, she's a boss. She was actually like she's the director's girlfriend, and she's like a professional dancer. And he was just like, "Hey, do you want to dance in this video?" And she was like, "Sure, why not?" And she fucking killed it. So yeah, shout out to me.
What about you, Sus and Paulina? Have you dabbled much? Actually, Paulina, you have a really fun music video with Madnap that I really enjoyed. You got a little bit of your acting and your audio visual shit together.
Yeah, that was fun, but hot. It was very hot that day, and we had to like wear those outfits for a bit, and I was just sweating balls. But it was very fun.
It was fun. I should have played that at the beginning too. That would have been a fun one. Is the visual important to either of you, Sus or Paulina? Like, do you create visual concepts in your head when you're writing music? I mean, Paulina, you're kind of telling stories with your lyrics as well. But I'd love to hear from both of you what you think of this kind of narrative process.
I think I love visual experiences. I think I just, I'm not very good at doing it by myself. I have to have like a team to help me with that. I wanted to make a music video for my EP that's coming out soon, but
that's right.
Plans always like fell through, so we never got to do it. But I definitely want to do it one day. I just want to make sure it's like well thought out and stuff, and not just like throw something together and have like a song that really like has like a visual thing in my head to it. Because like I feel like most of my tracks I haven't really had that like visual in my head quite yet, so I'm kind of just waiting for the right song, I guess. I love like other artists when they incorporate that. I think it's super important. I'm kind of slacking on that a bit.
It's gonna happen. Student of the year, like you're gonna get there. What about you, Sus? Are you a highly visual, creative mind, or was this a new experience?
I have a degree in literally painting, so.
Stop. Do you have a painting anywhere near you that we can just showcase the skills? Do you got anything we can show off? Not to put you on the spot.
This is really bad. I literally have not painted since I left school. Like, music has just been a vibe for me.
That's fair.
I'm just a creative human being, and I think music was just the one. I like used to write poetry. I used to get published in all these cool national anthologies when I lived in South Africa and
Oh
stuff.
my God.
And then I did like art school, and then halfway through art school, I got a scholarship to go to music school, but my parents said I should finish art school, so I finished
Wow.
that, and then
Scholar.
music just I know I'm just a creative dude, and I do want to do something visual one day, but like I'm like the amount of pressure I have on myself for it to be something like insane is huge, and I'm like, this is gonna be like money. So I've been like looking into like grants and stuff and trying to figure out like what project to go with. So it's something that like I am not like, it has to be like either here or I'm not doing it. That's kind of my vibe for it.
Yeah.
I feel that. I feel like one of the biggest barriers to entry for like for musicians to like create like, you know, like cool art, you know, like visuals and like music videos is just like money, you know, because it's like it's so expensive to shoot a cool music video that, you know, most people can't do it, which kind of sucks.
Right.
But if you can find like friends that are like, you know, videographers and directors and stuff, you can definitely cut down costs, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, so Sus, it's awesome that you are a painter. I hope it would be so cool if one day you painted like the album artwork for your singles or for the things you're releasing. Like, what a talent to be able to bring into your worlds. Like, you could have creative control over your whole universe. That's pretty dope. Not to like put more pressure on you, and you're already putting mountains of pressure on yourself, but
it's all good. Like I actually met one of my painting professors from university not too long ago, and like I told her I wasn't painting anymore, and she was so sad. She was like, "You could make it in the painting world. Why did you stop painting?"
That's a good teacher. Lucas Way is like down to buy your NFT. So if you get back into the scene, you've already got a patron. Shout out girl Jackie, by the way, and Zevla Music. I don't know how to say your name. I'm very bad at saying names, quite obviously.
Hey,
I think it's Zool.
Hex, give me the pitch. What did you say to these fine individuals to get them on board with a 4-producer, 4-track EP, you crazy nut? I can't believe you've had this idea for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I just kind of said it how I told you guys. I was like, yeah, I just want to do this like multi-collaborative, you know, projects. I think like, yeah, I don't know. I've always just wanted to work with 4 people at once or 5 people or 6 people. You know, it doesn't matter how big the project is. But I think when you allow yourself to kind of tear down those walls you have as an artist where you don't want other people to touch your work and you let more people into your process, you can create something that's really cool and really interesting and is sometimes like greater than the sum of all of its parts. So I was like, yeah, kind of just give them that pitch and everyone was down. And yeah.
What were your first thoughts, Paulina, when you heard this pitch?
I was super stoked because usually people don't reach out to me about like production stuff, and being a longtime fan of Hex, I was like pretty excited about it. I know like before we even started talking, I've been listening to his stuff for a while, and so it's just really nice full circle moment.
Yeah, no, for sure. That was like super important to me because, I mean, I know Paulina and I know she's like an amazing producer, but I think sometimes people think that she's just a vocalist. So I wanted to kind of, you know, give her an opportunity to like flex her production skills a little bit more.
Fuck yeah.
Really appreciate you for that.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, I love to see that too. I'm sure that must be tough. It's not something I've thought about too deeply, actually. Like, and you know, I'm sure especially being a woman in the scene too, who sings, everyone's probably like, oh, she's a singer, and not thinking about the other thing because that's just how it goes, unfortunately. Love to see these allies in the chat, though. Love to see Hex out here bringing light to the production credits. Sus, what about you? What were you doing when you got the Batman call?
I know. I think I was just, me and Hex had been talking on Twitter for a bit about like something I'd sent him. And then he was like, yo, do you want to like do this collaborative thing? And I was like, sounds like fun. I mean, personally, a lot of my songs are actually collabs. if you look, I think I have more collabs than not collabs. Like I think I genuinely just enjoy working with people. Like it's fun. It makes it feel like less lonely because I'm like in my room by myself working on stuff. But like if you're working with someone, it feels and like I don't know. So I was like super down. Like I was like, yeah, let's go. And also I've liked Hex's stuff for like literally years. Like since like Agatha, I Remember remix. Like I think those are the first songs. Agatha's still one of my favorite songs. It's so good.
Thank you so much.
Taking it back. So Sus has done his studying. He knows
Those are
what's
some
up.
deep cuts for sure.
It's here to prove it on live internet television, people. No. But you know what I think is really impressive about it being such a large collaboration, and I mean, like, let's also be honest, like, most pop songs that are on the radio have been touched by like 17 people, and it's not unheard of for like 4 producers to work on a track together for sure. But you all did such a great job of blending, and not only blending, but like creating what to me feels like a sonic story. Like we're moving through moods and we're going somewhere with all these 4 tracks. And I'd love to hear just what went into it for all of you. How did you push yourselves as individuals and as the group? Like, were you talking about how are these things all going to fit together? Like, just how did you do this thing? And you were all in quarantine. You guys were not like together, which makes it even a little crazier.
I mean, honestly, it wasn't really a thought out process for like, oh, this track needs to sound like this. And now that we've done this, we need to do this with the other track to kind of make them flow into each other. It was just kind of like it was a natural progression, you know, just, you know, as we'd pass the tracks around and be like, all right, this track needs this track needs this. And then when we were finished with all of them, we're like, all right, we'll just arrange them this way, you know? But it wasn't like some crazy master plan where we were like, you know, the project has to like evolve this way, you know? It's kind of, it was pretty much all organic.
That's cool. What about Paulina? What do you remember of the creation process and what sticks out for you?
I don't know. I feel like, it happened all really naturally. I know the guys like kind of all have a similar sound in terms of like production. So I think my part was more of like I'm more of like a melodic kind of producer. I don't do a lot of like crazy drops or anything. So I was just added like little melodic stuff to the tracks, and obviously my vocals, but we like did some creative stuff with those to make it like not really sound like me, which was fun.
Are you the only one singing on the EP? Because it does sound like almost a variety of voices at times.
Yeah, that's just me. We just like pitched it down or up and made it sound crazy.
Fun. Sus, do you have any stories from the creative process? You guys did this pretty quickly. You started it in January. That's also impressive.
I think it took like a month and a half, 2 months to do the whole thing.
Damn.
It took like 4 to 6 weeks to finish the whole thing, which is pretty crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, that's dedication. I mean, I guess maybe it helps when you got 4 people touching on it, and it's probably helps you stay inspired to keep working on it when it's like always changing and evolving.
For sure.
Yeah, I like personally, like I found it weirdly easier, like in my head, because I felt there was less pressure to like I have to come with the heat. Because I'm like, there's 2 different people. And it actually made it easier to work on stuff because you just because usually you're like, if you're one other person, you're like, oh, I have to come with the heat because like I got a show. But like I was like, oh, there's 2 other people. Like if like something doesn't sound too good, someone else will like fix it. And like that's kind of how I thought about it. So like just having that mentality actually made it feel less pressure and easier. And I have to say, personally, for me, even like I've collabed with like one single person, this was the easiest collab I've ever done because it just felt like we're all on the same page, and we didn't even really like talk at length about stuff. It was just like we just knew. It was just like we were in sync. Like
That's so cool. I wish Sejo was here to drop some knowledge as well. We have to make sure we send love to Sejo because he can't be here with us today, but big part of the project as well.
My beautiful Croatian brother.
Okay, I've got some. I will get to all the questions that have been dropped in the chat. I just want everyone to know, and if you have questions, make sure you drop them. But this one's really, makes sense to ask right now. Zivla Music wants to know if y'all have plans to ever do back to back to back to back, or maybe as things are opening up, do you want to come maybe do some shows together? I know sometimes that's not up to y'all, it's up to promoters, but like, are there plans for a Genesis gathering of sorts?
I don't think there are any like solid plans right now, but like if we're ever, together in one city, like we have to do a back to back to back.
That'd be a vibe, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I've been thinking about doing like shows for my label Alter Ego.
Yes.
So potentially down the line, we might throw a show, and like it's definitely high up on my list to like have all the Genesis crew together. And playing a show.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. Yeah.
Do you guys have like a fun name for each other? Like, are you the Genesis crew? Or do you have like a fun Genesis group chat? Like, I don't know how you all self-identify. Like, even as I was writing it out, like I wanted you all to have like a fun group name, but I was like, Genesis is the name of the EP. It's not your name.
I don't know. It's just the squad.
Yeah, I know we have like a group chat on Twitter, but I don't think it has a name unless.
I think it's literally just called Alter Ego EP.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's basically what it's called.
You are the alter egos.
We are.
Zool Music, who thankfully, kindly taught me how to say their name. Hexus Sejo, which I think is kind of fun. I'm going to start using that as a shorthand. Hexus just sounds fun all on its own. Hexus Sepa, that's what I'm going to say. It sounds weird. I don't know.
I like it.
I'm into it.
Let's talk about the track East Bridge, because we played it at the very beginning. I personally love that track. It's one of the tracks with your vocals on it. Why was that one? And Hex wasn't here when y'all, the other two, chose that song. But why did that song come up as a definite play, and why is it special to you all? It's very special, obviously, but
that's actually the track that I sent to Hex. This like kind of rough fast demo that I made. I usually don't make trap music, but I don't know, something hit me early in like December, and I started this like trap song, but it was kind of shit. So I was hoping they would make it sound better. But that's my baby because of that. I did the vocal before I sent it to them, and a few of like the lead sounds, and forget what else was kept in the track, but it's basically just like an enhanced version of the original track that I sent to Hex, which has been really cool to see like it develop into that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I think Pauline, I think you actually posted like a clip of it on Twitter before you sent it over to me, being like, "This is me trying to like write an R.L. Graham song," like that. And I remember I heard it like before you sent it to me. I was like, "This is like sick. This is really cool." And it's like crazy that you eventually sent that idea to me, and we worked on it and made it like a full-fledged track.
Yeah. Very stoked about that, because I don't think I would have released it otherwise.
I think like for me, like East Bridge has like this cool like balance between like melodic and feeling and like this like hard energy. And like I know personally that's something that I like a lot in music. And so like I think like the balance is like so like perfect. It's like oh, this is cool. Oh, it's so good. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, False Color agrees with you in the chat. Zool Music too. Everyone's saying, False Color, one of their favorite tracks of the year. Y'all killed it.
Yo.
Okay.
Thanks so
much. Amazing. And then who was just talking? What? Sorry?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say shout out False Color. He's also like an amazing producer. He was in the first Alter Ego compilation, and he's a sick producer. You guys should go check him out. For sure.
How has it been being a label? Where are my words? A label head.
It's been really fun and like rewarding for sure. Just like being able to shine a light on on underground producers. It's definitely a lot of work, you know, like going through all the demos and getting back to everyone and getting feedback. But yeah, it's been super fun, a lot of work, but you know, I love it.
Yeah, well, and obviously you're someone who cares about like sharing spotlight and putting on other artists, because the fact that you even had the crazy idea to like set out to make a collaborative EP with 4 artists and this whole thing, like that's a really cool thing to want to do. I don't know that every artist is doing that. Stales Miguel's were deemed a fun fact. Okay, and I often drop fun facts, but I want y'all to give me a fun fact about either the creation of this EP or a fun fact that's not music related from your Twitter chat.
Okay.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Okay, I think I got one. Raj wanted the lyrics in Eastbridge to be "Meet me at Eastbridge, not meet me at the Eastbridge," and the is the way.
Oh no! Was this a point of contention?
That's my fun fact.
That's funny.
For some reason, I like didn't like how it flowed originally, but then like Pauline had changed it, and I was like, wait, no, the other way sounds way better.
Honestly, when I was trying to mess around with like without the I was like, I'm having such a hard time. It just didn't feel right. But I get where you were going with that idea. But
Amazing.
I definitely feel like the is key.
Amazing. Where is the East Bridge? Give me that fun fact.
I got that lyrical idea after I played a lot of this game called Cyberpunk.
I know about Cyberpunk. Fun fact about Cyberpunk, you can choose the size of your dick in that game. And if you make your dick too big, the developers of the game didn't do it right, and so your dick just hangs out of your pants.
Oh my god.
You can Google it. It's facts.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is a fun.
Wait, so you were playing Cyberpunk with a normal-sized penis, I presume, and then...
I don't think I had one, but...
Sweet! Down with the penises. Can you also control your vagina in that game? Is that like a weird thing they give you the option to do?
I don't
What a
think
game!
so.
What a game!
Maybe your boobs, but I don't remember. I haven't played in a while.
Okay, so I'm sorry to just inject some nastiness into your very kind and PG quote. Is Eastbridge a place in Cyberpunk?
No, so I don't know where Eastbridge came from, but since in the game they like ask you to go on quests and stuff, and they'll say like meet me at the blah blank. I just like while I was working on that trap song, I started writing like meet me at the, and I was just like Eastbridge. I don't know where that came from. But,
I love it. All right. Some cyberpunk backstory. That was a fun fact. I appreciated all the Eastbridge fun facts. Thanks, Dales Miguel's, for requesting them. Paulina, you are not resting. Y'all just released this EP like a week ago?
Maybe like 2 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago?
Oh,
okay.
When the hell?
I feel like it's been like a month, no?
A month.
I
Yeah.
have no concept of time anymore.
I know, same.
Me neither. Okay, well, you're already releasing another EP. You're releasing Contradictions tomorrow.
Oh no, that's so the full EP comes out in like 3 weeks.
Okay.
I think I just have the last single coming out tomorrow.
I see. Okay, well, I'm really glad that I'm on top of my shit and I look like such a professional today. But talk to us about that EP.
Honestly, like there's not a crazy backstory to it. It's just like a bunch of songs I was working on that all kind of had like a different vibe to them.
I see.
Different like sides of my production and personality and stuff. So I just kind of like put them all into a EP and thought that Contradictions would be a nice title just because like it's kind of all the songs kind of contradict different like parts of me. There's like the spicy side that I've coined, or my manager coined, Spicy P. And then I have like my softer music, which is like what people are used to hearing from me. And then there's just like the rest of the P is kind of just like different, not like genres, but moods, I guess. But yeah.
I feel Dodgeball is coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
I see. And that one I listened to because you premiered it today, and it totally has this like electric R&B vibe. It's almost like a pop song more than it is a traditional electronic dance song or something. So I'm excited to hear that that's not even the way the whole EP sounds, that there's a whole lot of different vibes going on. Spicy P, that sounds exciting.
The 2 last tracks I released were kind of like my spicier side. And like a hyper pop one, and then before that, I don't even know what genre to call it, but it was just kind of like darker spice.
Darker spice. I like that.
Darker spice.
All the different Spice Girls that live inside you.
Yeah.
So Sus, you released a song called Prost on Bitbird. Love the Bitbird crew.
Yeah, man, I'm really stoked about that. Like shout out to the Bitbird crew. They're like super nice people. I'm glad they like my music because I've literally been a fan of that label since like the very first song they released. Like I've been on that Bitbird train.
Hell yeah.
Like, this is kind of like a little dream goal, like life goal, like achieved for me. So I'm just like, yay.
Congrats.
Yeah.
The track is beautiful as well. I mean, it definitely showcases what you were saying about also being into the melodic and the kind of like trappy future bass beats. It's a really nice one.
Oh, thank you so much.
And not a collaboration, as far as I know.
No.
Which I find kind of ironic because the compilation is called Create Together and I made a song by myself. But like, but it is what it is.
You clearly did a lot of creating together with the Genesis CP, so we'll let it slide. Like, no one doesn't think you're not into sharing. It's okay. Hex, what is going on in your world? On top of the Genesis CP, are you already working on new shit? Are you already planning your next massive Avengers Dream Team collaborative EP? What in the hell is going on in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working on my second like self EP. So that's my big project for this year, probably. Yeah, just working on that. Got a lot of stuff with Alter Ego. I definitely want to do another like multi-producer collab EP. But yeah, for this next one, I kind of want to do like an entirely new genre.
Ooh.
I was thinking maybe, future garage or bass music, but I haven't really settled on it yet. But that's definitely something I want to do this year. We have Alter Ego Volume 2 coming out in September or October. But yeah, that's about it. Just, working on the debut EP and a bunch of label stuff.
Stay busy. I like that you brought up mixing into new genres, and I love that you're an artist who isn't afraid to continue to push yourself and push your sound. When a lot of artists, I think, sometimes are like, should I try that thing that's different from what I've tried? Will people freak out? Kudos to you for just doing what the fuck you want to do. That's the way to do it, I feel.
Thank you, yeah. And I feel like as an artist, if you have like a strong enough identity, it can cross into different genres, It's like with Skrillex, like when he makes a track, it's like, it's a Skrillex song. It doesn't matter what genre it is. He can make whatever, but that's kind of the goal with, doing these kind of projects. I think like my style and the style of Alter Ego, the label in general, will translate to any sort of genre that we tackle.
Oh yeah, 100%. But on that note, just to bring your past to haunt you, Indiana BW asked if they started a GoFundMe to get you to make another future bass track if I'd share the link on my stream. But do you have any plans to make their dream come true?
To make another future bass track? I think it's in the cards. I think I can do that. Yeah.
There you go. The dream is in the cards. You don't have to start a GoFundMe.
I don't know what is future bass. Is the Genesis EP future bass? Because I don't know if I consider it future bass. I think it's like more like melodic trap or melodic bass music.
Yeah, so. I think it defies categorization in a way. It's, melodic trap, I guess, kind of makes sense, but it's just like very grand to me. It's like big. It's taking up space. It's like making a lot of noise, and none of those phrases are genres, but that's what comes to mind. It's almost like film score-esque, but like if the movie had no words in it and was driven by the music itself. I don't know. It's It's big.
I like that. Yeah.
That's sick, yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss any other questions in here. Stales McGales has a question for Sus. Back to your painting history. What's your preferred paint medium? Watercolor, oil, gouache, which I know is a word.
It is oil painting all day.
Wow.
Because I don't like to like rush anything. And the thing is like oil paint takes like a while to dry. So like I can come back the next day and it's still wet. So I can like still like work in stuff. Acrylic dries too quickly. Watercolor dries too quickly. I need like I'm like slow process. I take my time with my painting. So oil painting is it.
Wow. Well, that's how we know that you're like really a classically trained painter, because who the hell is brave enough to touch oil if they haven't taken like one art class? I like that as an idea though, like you just coming back at the end of the day and like biting the end of your paintbrush and being like, this needs to go. We need to add this.
Oh yeah, and like if you want it to dry quicker, you can add mediums to make it dry quicker. Like you have the option for like slow drying or quick drying. Like it's just versatile in terms of like time and your speed, you know. So oil color all day.
Another one from Zool Music for Sus. What's your fave song of yours that you've created thus far?
Of mine. Oh, okay. Hard one. Okay. I'm gonna say it's going to be a tie between Sorcery and Eastbridge. Sorcery and Eastbridge are probably my two favorite songs.
Oh, I'm very honored.
It's a group project favorite. I mean, it's a fucking jam. Do you guys have plans, or are you already secretly working on other songs together? Are you guys keeping things in the mix?
I don't think so.
Unless
Yeah, I don't think there are any plans right now, but it's like, you know, we've become like, you know, friends through this process, and I'm sure we'll keep like stay in touch for a long time, and I'm sure there'll come a time where we will work together again, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it's bound to happen.
Could be little one-offs.
Well, I can say I am working on a track with Sejo though.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hopefully it's actually I'm not allowed to talk about it. Never mind. That's all I can say. I'm working on a track with Sejo. That is fine to say. That's all I can say. I can't say more than that. Okay. It's one of those.
That's what he gets for not being here. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's a good tease, though. That's all we need to know. Yeah, Waterhoser's like, I mean, you could say more, but it's fine. No, we're good.
I don't think I'm allowed to.
I'm looking forward to it. And you know what? If it never comes out, if it never sees the light of day, we're here, we respect it. I know that's always another weird thing for artists when they like talk about a track and then 6 months later, everyone on their IG is still like, when are you going to release X? And it's like, it's not always up to them, people, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like I said before, when people are like, come to my city, and it's like, tell that to your promoter, kids. If you want to see Hex Cougar, Paulina, or Sus in your town, fucking tell your promoters. Start a change.org petition or a GoFundMe for that. Show that they will sell the tickets. And that's what matters. What else?
Sure.
I know that Paulina, you've got some festivals coming up. You're playing Slanders Festival too with fucking Sid, who is in the chat. Not necessarily together at the same time, but both of y'all.
Very excited for that.
Where can people catch the rest of y'all, if you can yet say so?
Oh, where can people catch us? Like live? I will be playing Hard Summer at the end of this month.
Oh, exciting! Fun!
Yeah. So if you live in LA, come through.
Full circle. Have you played Hard Summer before?
Yeah, the first like festival I ever went to. So like to play it now is like very surreal.
Fuck yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, if you come through, like I'm gonna say hi to everyone at the front of the stage after my set. So yeah, come through. It'll be good. It'll be fun.
Come through. What about you, Sus? I don't know. You're in Canada. I don't know if they're letting you out.
I'm Canada, and it's weird times. I mean, my province is going to be like fully open in September, and like I've been booked for stuff, but like it's not announced yet. So if you come to Canada, or if you're in Canada, you might catch me somewhere.
Just camp out.
Yeah.
Go to every festival, and maybe I'll be at that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's fine. Support live music. Buy a ticket to everything, and eventually you'll catch us. I love that. Well, before I let you guys go, we are going to listen to Everything All at Once, which is another beautiful track. The closing track on Genesis. And I'd love to hear some stories about that one, why that one was the other pick, and what it means to you. Everything All at Once. I also love the vocals on this one. You guys really killed it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think the track started originally. Okay, so originally we had 3 tracks in the EP. We had a track from So Sass, from Sejo, and from Pauline Herr. And I was like, well, like if we're all gonna work on this together, like I should probably throw in a track, even though that wasn't the original plan. So yeah, I just went through my Ableton, and there was this idea that I'd had for a long time, but I really didn't know what to do with it. And I was like, this needs a vocal or something. So yeah, I sent it over to Pauline, and she really liked it. She threw down some vocals on it, and yeah, it's kind of evolved from there.
It's beautiful. What was your approach with this song, Paulina? It's quite beautiful and emotional.
I forget what the lyrics were again.
It's like, will I ever feel again? I'm pretty sure.
I think
I could be wrong. Fuck it. I could have said anything. You wouldn't.
I believe it is. Will I ever feel again? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from, honestly. Sometimes I don't know. I'll just like start singing a melody and then I'll piece together some lyrics. I'm trying to think what other lyrics are in that. Are there any?
I think that's the only lyric. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted something that was kind of like mysterious, like could be interpreted in different ways. So I think that's kind of what I was going for, and just ended up writing that.
I relate to it in the late stage quarantine period where I guess it was created, you know, like I'm like, will I ever feel again?
Yeah.
I don't know. No, we're feeling. Sus is vaxxed. He's already hitting the clubs. He's ready to go. He's hungover. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm doing my best here.
You've done a great job. Is there anything you want to add about Everything All at Once?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the final thing I worked on. It was like the last. Like, it was like we rotated every week, and it was the last one I ended up doing. So it was like at the end of the process. So it's the last song. For me, it was like the end of the process, closure, vibes, word association.
Absolutely. Synergy, balance. That's cool. Did you guys, so you were rotating. It was like a fun little shell game of like, hey, okay, now you have this one. Change places, musical chairs. Was it kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of like moved like in a square where it's like every person had a track, and we just kind of like flipped, like we all like traded every week, like track to track.
That's so cool.
Because it was definitely a fun experience, and definitely never done anything like that before, but it worked out, you know.
And when it was done being touched by each person, was it in its final form, or did you have to go through those motions a couple times with each song? Was it kind of like, I add this, you add this, I add this, and then here's our song?
I think after like version 4, after we traded it around like all one time, it was pretty much done. I think for certain tracks we definitely knew that like, you know, certain tracks needed more work, but they were pretty close to final after like 4 weeks, because we took 1 week for every track.
Okay.
So yeah, after 4 weeks, it was like, you know, it was very close to done.
That's so cool. It just made me think of, have you guys ever played that game where you take a piece of paper and you fold it, and one person draws on one part of the fold, and then the next person unfolds it and draws something under that, and then they hide the first one, and the next person draws based on the second person's drawing.
That.
You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think vaguely. Yeah,
it was definitely a lot like that. Yeah.
And then at the end, you unfold it, and you got some weird beast. And it's called Genesis, and it's out now on Alter Ego.
That's actually so accurate to how the process was. It's so accurate.
Well, I'm so honored to have brought the three of you together on your first ever group Zoom call. I feel like we made Genesis
crazy.
history. I also just I appreciate y'all so much for hanging with me as I figure out this weird combobulation. I probably should figure out a better way to host 3 people at one time, but hey, everyone's got to start somewhere. And it was so lovely chatting with you all and getting to know you a little bit better. And you guys truly made something beautiful with Genesis. It's so cool. Hex, you had such a great idea, and I can't wait to see what other really cool creative minds you bring together in the future. This is dope.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for having me on. It's been a blast. Like, been a fan of your show for a while, so it's very cool to be on. Yeah,
I love you.
So, yeah, thank you.
I hope it was as fun to be on as it could have been.
It was very fun. It was
great.
a blast.
I thank you so much, Sus. I hope I get to come to Vancouver. I've never been to Vancouver before, but if I ever come to town, I'm gonna stalk you. I'm gonna find you.
Hit me up. I'll show you like the cool places to eat and shit.
I would love that. I love to eat. I am a person who eats food.
I hope you are.
And Paulina, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to get to know you as well. I played You Should Run Away when I had more Kismet. Yeah, You Should Run when I had more Kismet on the show. So it's really fun to have you come through and drop your voice on Cat Calls as well. Feels like it's all part of this continuing conversation with friends and music and stuff. I don't know, whatever. I'm done. Okay, thank you guys so much. You're all welcome on Cat Calls anytime. And sometimes I play video games with my friends if you guys ever feel like playing video games. I don't have Cyberpunk. I'm really like a big fat Nintendo nerd, so I don't know if you guys are ever down for some Mario Party or some Mario Kart, but you're super invited.
Very down.
Be a vibe, yeah.
Okay, you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yay.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.
Goodbye, chat.